This is Iowa Live.
And live on the Iowa Speedway, we are here with a legend of the sport, the 1986 Indianapolis 500 winner, three-time IndyCar champion Bobby Rahal joining us here. Good to see you, my friend.
Nice to be here.
We are having
always nice to be here.
Exciting weekend. Rahal Letterman Lanigan Racing is who he's related to and involved with, and has a really, really deep relationship now with Hy-Vee. Tell us about that partnership.
Well, it actually started here in 2020.
Wow.
We had Graham, my son, who drives one of our cars, number 15 car. We were sponsored by a vendor of Hy-Vee's, and he invited them down to the race, and so we had a car that had citrus systems on it plus Hy-Vee, and Graham ended up third in the race, and so on the podium, and you know, we thanked Hy-Vee, and next thing you know, that generated some conversation, and so here we are 2 years later, and we've had a number of races together since 2020. And it's been just a real honor, privilege, thrill for us to be associated with such a great company.
Yeah, Graham really represented Hy-Vee well when he had the hats on all the time, and even his video chats that he would do, that always had the logos on. It was really cool. Great to see that relationship grow the way it has grown. And I don't want to embarrass him, but this guy here is part of the reason that the Indy cars are back here at Iowa Speedway this weekend. They're going to be racing tomorrow, going to be racing Sunday. We'll give you all the details on that. But why did you think it was really important to bring the Indy cars back?
Well, number one, everybody loved racing here. This is a great track for racing, especially for the Indy cars. Lots of passing. You know, there's so much action going on every split second. You almost don't know where to look. And of course, we weren't going to come back, and so we suggested to Randy Edeker, the CEO of Hy-Vee, and the Hy-Vee people, that wouldn't it be great to bring the event back now that we had a sponsor based here in Des Moines, and one, like they say, one thing led to another. We got Randy with Roger Penske's folks. And you know, a year later, here we are. And
you're wondering why Roger Penske's folks is because Roger Penske owns IndyCar and made that relationship happen and made the event happen. And the thing that is really unusual, we've never ever, and I can safely say this as long as we've been in Iowa, seen any company embrace a race like Hy-Vee has. Have you been to one of the stores yet?
Oh yeah.
Looks like Gasoline Alley,
yeah,
doesn't it?
I love it. You know, the thing is, and even the Penske people have been absolutely, frankly, kind of shocked in a very positive way.
Yeah.
Because I told them, I said, believe me, if Hy-Vee agrees to do this, you aren't going to believe the level of commitment that they're going to bring to this event. And the Penske people have been just nothing but just tremendous admiration for that commitment. And I know the state of Iowa, I know Governor Reynolds has been very supportive of this. And this is a big thing for the state of Iowa, and it's big for Hy-Vee, obviously. And so here we are together, and I think they're going to have far more people here this weekend for this race than we've ever had.
I think you're exactly right. And Jake, if you could pan around here, I want to show turn one, the suites they have set up in turn one. We've seen things set up. We've seen additional bleachers set up in the past, and we've seen some suites that were down on ground level in the past, but nothing like this with the multi-layer suites that are up there, and just the whole accommodations, all the accommodations that are being made here are absolutely phenomenal, everybody. And what can people expect when they come out here this weekend? Because there are some people that might have seen the IndyCar cutouts in the Hy-Vee stores. They've never been to a race, and they said, you know what, I'm going to check it out. What can they expect?
Well, these are the fastest race cars in the world. And of course, here you're on a track that's just under a mile long, but it's high banked. So as I said earlier, a lot of action, a lot of passing. In fact, a tremendous amount of passing. I think the last time we were here, there were 500 lead passes during the course of the race. And there's two races. There's a race Saturday and there's a race Sunday. So it's you know, you get two times the kind of action, and for people who come here, they're really going to get their money's worth.
Yeah, and the fastest short track on the planet, what this place is billed at, everybody. And that's the thing that's really most important. Now, we mentioned two different races that are going on here. Now, the first race is going to be tomorrow. It's going to be happening on Saturday. It's the Hy-Vee Deals 250 presented by DoorDash, and that's going to be a fast race. That's going to be a quick race.
Yeah, well, a little over an hour, because they're averaging 160, 170 miles an hour.
Yeah, they're hitting what, 180 plus on the backstretch.
That's correct.
Here at Iowa Speedway, different grooves here at the racetrack, which gives them the ability to do that, which is really cool. And then on Sunday, the Hy-Vee Salute to Farmers 300 presented by Google, and they're going to see that one again a little more, closer to an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah, hour and a half, 40 minutes maybe.
Yeah, so it's not a long period of time.
No,
it's a nice short window.
It's short, but like I said, you know, it could be 2.5, 3 hours long, and you'd think it would be over before you knew it. You know, I mean, there's so much going on.
Yeah, but also want to make sure that we point out there's more than just racing going on here, because we have concerts, big time concerts. On Saturday, Tim McGraw is going to play before the race starts, and Florida Georgia Line's going to play after the race, and that's included with your ticket. And on Sunday, it is going to be GWEN STEFANI before the race. Blake Shelton's going to play after the race. They're going to have almost 50 food trucks up on the concourse, which is great. The Central Iowa Tractor Club going to have their tractors out here. This is going to be great. Hy-Vee IndyCar Weekend.com is where you need to go. Some tickets left. We're not joking. Only a few tickets left, so get your tickets, Bobby.
I'll get them.
Okay. All right. Before we go, you know, we're going to get things wrapped up here. We'll see you out here at the this weekend. If you hear the familiar voice blabbing on the speakers, you know who that is. But thank Bobby Rahal for bringing IndyCars and back here to Iowa Speedway. Appreciate it. Okay, race you to the start-finish line.
Okay,
let's go. We're going to go. Get his a photo finish. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you back here Monday on Iowa Live. Thank you, Bobby.
Thank you.